Interesting facts about chipmunks. These cute and funny creatures are distinguished by their mobility, thriftiness and high reaction. Mostly the animals live in the forest area. Chipmunks carry food by hiding it in their mouths, behind their cheeks. An adult chipmunk is able to carry a dozen nuts at a time in this way. A chipmunk with swollen cheeks looks quite comical. In captivity, chipmunks live several times longer than in nature. Chipmunks always feel the approach of rain in advance. By the way, they don't like rain very much, so they hide in advance. The basis of the diet of chipmunks is plant foods, but on occasion they do not mind snacking on some insects. Like many other rodents, such as squirrels, chipmunks are very thrifty. In their dwellings they sometimes store huge stocks of food. In addition to food, chipmunks willingly carry various trifles to themselves. Most likely, it will never be useful to them, but natural thrift takes its toll. The average weight of an adult chipmunk is about 100 grams, while one chipmunk usually prepares 2 to 3 kilograms of food for the winter. Chipmunks are so good at camouflaging their burrow entrances that it's nearly impossible to spot them, even if you know where to look. Chipmunks are afraid of knocking on the tree they are currently on. If a woodpecker starts knocking on a tree, the chipmunk will most likely try to quickly go down and hide in a place that is safe, in his opinion. The length of a chipmunk hole with all branches often reaches 3 meters. Of the 25 existing species of these animals, only one lives in Russia. All the rest live in North America. In their underground dwelling, these animals maintain strict order. They always have a bedroom, a store of supplies and latrines. Like bears, chipmunks hibernate for the winter. But, unlike bears, they wake up from time to time to eat. The cubs of these rodents do not leave the mother's hole until they grow up. Pregnancy in female chipmunks usually lasts about 30 days. At one time, from 2 to 5 cubs are almost always born. These rodents lead a strictly solitary lifestyle. They meet with relatives only during the breeding season, and the rest of the time they mercilessly drive out competitors from their territory. Being very prudent animals, they often equip a spare hole, or even 2. Everything in it is equipped in the same way as in the main dwelling, and there are also food supplies. Bears, on occasion, willingly destroy chipmunk holes. The chipmunks themselves are not very interested in them, but the stocks they have made attract clubfoot. If cold weather sets in again after leaving hibernation, the chipmunk may well hibernate again. Chipmunks kept at home do not hibernate at all. They do not have such a need, since they always have plenty of food. They always mask the entrance to the hole so carefully that it is extremely difficult to detect it. Chipmunks are perfectly adapted to survive even in the harshest conditions. They are found even in subarctic climate zones. Fleeing from a predator, a chipmunk will never run to hide in a hole so as not to give out its location. On the contrary, he will try to take the enemy away and hide somewhere in thick grass, a crevice or under the roots of trees. Like raccoons, chipmunks, for reasons that are not completely clear, often drag all sorts of objects they don't need, especially shiny ones, into their holes. They sometimes steal all sorts of things in houses. The word chipmunk comes from the Tatar language, in which these animals are called borindike. They hate water, never bathe. At the same time, chipmunks are very clean, and they always keep their skin clean. All existing types of chipmunks outwardly are very similar to each other. From the point of view of zoology, these rodents belong to squirrels. Without exception, all types of chipmunks have 5 pronounced stripes on their backs. In harsh climates, hibernation in chipmunks can last up to 6 months, from October to April. They have a breeding season twice a year. Usually offspring are born in May and August. Chipmunks bite when they are under stress. In such cases, Even a domestic animal can bite the owner. In order to relieve stress, he reflexively wants to gnaw or bite something. The basis of the diet of Siberian chipmunks is pine nuts, which are to the taste of most people. During hibernation, their body temperature drops to 3 to 7 degrees, and the respiratory rate is reduced to 2 to 3 breaths per minute. Newborn chipmunks weigh only 3 to 4 grams. The difference in size between newborns and adults is greater than in many other animals. In North America, chipmunks are found in almost all climatic zones, from the Arctic Circle to the hot deserts of central Mexico. Very funny chipmunks collect cereals. They climb up the stalk until it bends under their weight, take all the grains from the ear, hide them in their cheek pouches, go down and run to hide the prey. Chipmunks are quite curious. So, when a person approaches, the animal usually sits on its hind legs, stretched up and carefully examining the uninvited guest. If a person approaches 20 to 30 meters, the rodent will squeal and rush to run. Chipmunks are found in deciduous forests, bushy habitats, forest edges, and suburban and urban areas where extensive hiding places are available. Most individuals usually live in places where there are enough stones, bushes and fallen logs to hide from predators while searching for food. Immature forests and forest edges near clearings, streams, ravines, and logging roads provide good cover. Chipmunks are fun to watch. They fascinate with their small size, courage in search of food and constant employment. They are easy to approach or photograph. Chipmunks have 4 toes on their front paws and 5 toes on their back paws. Cubs open their eyes at the age of 1 month. When chipmunks feed on plants and fungi, they help disperse their seeds and spores. They also help aerate and recycle the soil. Dear friends, thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. Love you.